Showtime.
We have an audience.
We do. They are coming in. Alrighty. So happy Thursday. I got some nice comments on that.
Yes, you did. I saw that.
All right. Hi, Annette. Hi, Marty. All righty. No.
I've been told to do that, but it doesn't work because the mic goes back there.
I saw a newscaster doing that.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know how they do. I don't know how they pull it off. I really don't. All right, so we get this show on the road.
Let's do this. All righty, let's roll. Happy Thursday, Father. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Happy Feast of St. Matthias.
Yes, very important day in the family.
That's right.
My now, what are we at? 2 months? 2 months and a couple days.
No, it's your 2, yeah.
Coming up on 3 next week. Next week, 3 months. Yeah, I don't even know what day it is anymore.
May 14th. It's a Thursday.
But yes, he is named Matthias, so very important day for us. So yeah, it's a wonderful day, beautiful day, and we've launched officially our Parish app. We're gonna wait just a little bit before we launch into that. In the meantime, while we let some more people join, if you haven't downloaded it yet, the download links are in the live stream itself, or you can text app to 88202, and it'll shoot back the download link for the app. So you can go ahead and download that, and we will walk you through all the good stuff that's in there. But before we get to that, Father, this was an important week. A lot going on this week, right? Starting, we had Our Lady of Fatima, and obviously your anniversaries. And yesterday, the worst kept surprise.
You never tell a priest or a pastor, especially a pastor who just celebrated his 18th anniversary as a priest. Can you please be at some place at such a time, and you won't tell them what? Yeah, I've had quite a few surprise parties in
and that came just hours after some other parades had been uploaded, to social media. So exactly. It wasn't hard to connect the dots.
I mean, it's like I saw people doing it. We obviously did it for, and deservedly so, for Father Rigo and Father Tron over at St. Augustine, and they had it for a priest friend of mine in Hialeah. And so when they told me that, I'm like, yeah. I just want everybody to be clear. My anniversary was not yesterday. Yesterday was Father Flores' anniversary, and we did it yesterday. I don't know why I don't know why we did it yesterday. My anniversary is on Monday. I was ordained on May the 11th. So that's when when people were, everybody forgot my anniversary on Monday. Even the gentleman to my right over here. Right. So yeah, he was in the office all morning. And then when he got home, he goes, "Oh my goodness, I forgot your anniversary." I'm like, "Yeah."
Well, the irony is, I had spent all morning texting people and getting word out about the caravan, and you're sitting right there, and just it happens.
It's like, so
you kind of knew it was coming, but there were a few surprises in there.
No, but it was. I mean, I didn't know what was going to happen. I knew something was going to happen. When I see, when I see the cops leading the procession, and then a fire truck from the city of Coral Gables, fire rescue truck from the city of Miami, from my brother's old station, and then just cars and cars and cars. And see, the best part about it wasn't that there was a caravan to celebrate our anniversaries. The best part about it for me and for Father Flores was being able to see all of you, because we haven't seen so many of you. I'm tired of seeing George. I saw him on Holy Week and here and there. But seeing all of you that's what filled us with the most joy. And you know, even though we weren't supposed to, we lingered, and you know, we were able to talk to people, catch up with them, and so yeah, that was for us the best part. 30 minutes. We weren't expecting it to be out there. My parents came by, my nephews came by, my best friend who I haven't seen in 3 months from childhood. We were raised together. She came by. We've talked a lot during these, but we haven't seen each other. So she came by, and her parents came by. So, and at one point, at one point, Izzy, who was the girl that was next to me the whole time I was handing her presents to. By the way, we have a rack of wine for wine bottles in our dining room, which is always empty. But it's full now. It's always empty, but it's full. So thank you for that. You guys, I probably want your priest drunk. I don't know. So what happens is that Izzy was there, the girl that I was handing it to, and she texted a couple of people before she goes to Encuentro Orinas, and one of them is a former parishioner of mine. And so the fourth car from the fire truck is him, and he says, "Happy anniversary from Hialeah." I'm like, oh my goodness, they invited my old parish. I'm never leaving here. And it kept going. I'm like, I kept waiting to see people, and you know, not thankfully, I would have loved to have seen them, but George, we would still be out there if you would have invited people from my old parishes. From my, you know, Father Flores, he said it this morning in the message we taped, that, you know, he's only been a priest for 3 years, but I've been 18 years in 8 different parishes. So, so yeah, that's you know, that's a lot of people that have impacted my life, and I love them all, and a lot of them greeted me over this weekend. So yeah, it was a beautiful Mother's Day, that on my anniversary on Monday, the celebration yesterday, Fatima, and so just exciting stuff. So we just want to keep doling out good news through this meeting.
Absolutely, and you know, that kind of leads us into the big thing today. So we've been working on this for a couple of weeks, and we kind of rolled it out slowly. Some people got wind of it. I was watching the logins, and some people started downloading it a few days early, which is fine because we got to work out some of those bugs. But today, the big launch of our Parish app. So that's finally out there. We've been teasing it for a while, and it's now in everybody's hands. So we wanted to take this opportunity to walk through it, show you some of those features, and there's still some bugs. We'll address that as we go along. You know, it's not perfect. No rollout ever is, but we're working on it. And I'm gonna throw. Here, this is the cool thing I can do here. We're gonna go small, Father.
There we go.
My phone's gonna take over. High five, low five. There we go.
Yeah.
So this is our app, published by Diocesan. Wonderful company. We're starting to partner with. Lots of fun stuff coming along. So again, if you haven't downloaded it yet, go ahead and text app to 88202, or you can go to myparishapp.com, and it'll give you the download links. This works for both iPhones and those pesky little Android devices.
Those green bubbles.
We won't hold it against you if you have one of those. So we'll just launch right in. We're going to go button by button, just show you what everything does, and we'll chat as we go along. So if you're ready, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
So if you had already downloaded it, the first thing you're going to see when you open it is this little message screen right here. So anytime we blast out a message, it's going to go right to these messages. If you subscribe to Evangelist, you can get text messages, you can get emails, you can turn those off and just get notifications through the app, whatever your preference is. Just another way for all of us at the parish to communicate with you and keep us together, keep us informed. That's going to be very, very important as we hopefully soon begin to open up, so we can get that important information out to you.
You might want to put "Do Not Disturb" in case a wife texts you.
I did, but it keeps coming in.
All right.
So it happens. Angie, don't text me. So that first button is messages. It's going to give you a history of every message that we have sent out. If you downloaded it already, we are aware that every message we send out gets put there twice. That is a developer bug. They are working on it. Hopefully gets resolved soon. But you'll have a full history of those messages. Now, to get back to that menu, it's these 4 little dots in the top right corner. You can't really see where I'm clicking. but that's going to take you back to our home screen. Okay, the three lines on the left is the menu. And this is the other bug we want to talk about. Some very few users are unable to log in with the same credentials they already used to set up Evangelist. If that is you, that is okay. You can still use the app. We are aware of it. The developers are aware of it. We should have that resolved.
It happened to me
very soon. It did happen to you. We actually had to reset your entire profile, but that's an admin thing, so you don't have to worry about it. The important thing is you can use the app whether you are logged in or not. And then right here you can find a parish, and you can go ahead and set Little Flower as a favorite. You can set any church that has this app as a favorite. So many of us, when we go to Orlando, go to Mary Queen of the Universe, or as we like to call it, Mary Queen of the tourism industry. And you can set that as a favorite so that when you're in that area, that's the parish that pops up on your app. So lots of different things that you can do on there. I know we have some parish hoppers here in the Archdiocese. So you can set those different parishes as it happens, Father, I know. All right, so going back to the app, that second button, this is our parish info. This is basically all the important links you need to know. And this can constantly be changing. There's no limit to the things we can add here. Obviously, we want to keep it as simple as possible. Keep the most important stuff there. So you have our address, phone numbers, websites, Facebook page, YouTube channel, Instagram, all our social media. The school website is in there. And then these bottom two buttons, directory is going to pull up our staff. So you can email us, text us, email us or call us right from
that is not a direct line to me, by the way.
That is just that's just going to pull up. That's just going to pull up the regular office
the receptionist, number. Excuse me, yeah, the regular office number. But I'd never sleep.
But some of us do have our extensions listed there, so you can just type in that extension when it comes up, or you can go ahead and send us a direct email. And then it also gave us the ability to add in the school. So we have our front office staff from the school listed right there. You can also call or email them as well. It is a parish app. It is not a church app. It is not a school app. It is a parish app, so it is all encompassing. And we're going to have the ability to add some things with the school as we keep this rolling along. All right, so that's the My Parish info button. The third button is our bulletin. So this weekend's bulletin is actually already published. So if you want to get ahead and start reading, you can download. It'll just pull up the PDF of the bulletin. You can look at bulletin history all the way back through when we started the app. So early April is when we got it launched internally. Obviously, this is our public launch. So bulletin history is available there. And our last button on that top row is giving. This is going to give you access to our online giving links and also the Archdiocesan ABCD link. So that's it for our top row. I'm going to pause, see if there's any questions for our top row before we go along. If you have any questions, feel free to add in those questions, ask questions as we go along. We can go back as well.
Yeah, just to answer Fiorel's question, when we have an update, we will send it. George, explain the difference between the Evangelist that we launched last week and the Parish app that we launched today.
Yeah, so Evangelist is just text or email as far as parishioners are concerned. So when you log into your profile, some of us like to receive email, some of us like to receive text messages. I prefer text message, but not everyone is like that. So you can go in and decide, okay, when the church sends out a message, how do I want to receive that? So for you as a parishioner, you can say, send me a text message or send me an email. That's really all that you're going to do in Evangelist on your side. Our side as a parish, as a staff, we can send the same exact message through text message, email, a message to the parish app, message to Facebook, or a tweet, all in one. So instead of going to 6 different places, we can type the message once and send it out. So the app, if you want to just receive the message on the app, it's that very first button, messages. So you'll see the second message. There is the message that we sent out this morning announcing the app. That was also sent out via text and email. So it's the same company that does both services, just different ways to be connected. You can opt out of emails and text messages entirely and just rely on the app. That is perfectly fine. So that's just a little bit of what the differences there is. So yes, we will alert when there is an adoration. I know I got a comment that we did that adoration the other day and no one knew about it. Really, no one knew about it. Father just decided we're going to do this, and he published it on Facebook 5 minutes before going out there.
I wanted to do one today, but it started raining.
It started raining.
But I would have announced that. Yeah. So what happens is, I already said that'll be the good test of evangelists is George can send a text blast to everybody, and then boom. So yeah, I know that next time we do adoration, we're gonna have a flood of people.
Yeah. And then Lorena, you have a question here. Is this the same for religious education evangelists? Yes. So within evangelists, we can create subgroups. So I can create a subgroup for our religious ed families. And if I want to send a targeted message to those families, we have the ability to do that.
Right.
So when you go to your profile, when you go to your evangelist profile, you can say, I'm interested in receiving ministry news or religious ed news, or I just want the general parish update. So that is the flexibility that you have. And we can create as many subgroups as we want. There's no limit to that. Okay. So moving along into row number 2 here, calendar. This is really neat. So first up is our featured events.
It looks too empty. My goodness.
There's not much going on right now.
It's so sad.
We hope to be loading up a lot into this coming up. So live chat's happening right now. Saturday, and this is a great way to announce this. Saturday afternoon between 2 and 3:30, our homeless ministry will be in the back of the Comber Hall, in the back parking lot of Comber Hall, collecting. And you say, what are they collecting? So if you go ahead and tap that name, it's going to pull up all that information. So you can read all about it. It'll give you contact information. If you want to know where you're going, you can hit that little arrow. It's going to give you directions. If you want to pass this along to a friend, you can forward it. If you want to add it to your calendar, you hit the little gray plus sign. It'll add it to your device's calendar. So you can go to these featured events and lots of functionality right there within the description. If you actually hit the featured events, the red featured events at the top, it's going to give you a drop down. These are some of the other calendars we have loaded up. So we have our mass schedule and intentions. So if you set an intention for a particular day and you want to make sure it's there or that we spelled it right, you can actually go to that date. So I can go to May 20th. I can go to 8 a.m. And that mass intention is for Bernardina Abreu.
It doesn't guarantee that Father will pronounce it right.
Yeah. So we have that automatically loaded into there. We also have our ministries calendar, religious ed program, and St. Teresa's School. So those are all Google calendars that we can upload into the system. I know poor Jessica on every Wednesday afternoon, is there a religious ed class today? Is there a religious ed class today? Is there a religious ed class today? If you have the app, you can just go to religious ed and you will find out if there is class or if there is not. Obviously, everything is suspended right now. So we're I know it's so sad to look at, but looking forward to next year. Again, a lot of functionality within just that one button. So that's the calendar button. Next up is mass times. This is our current mass schedule. So not our full parish mass schedule. Once we launch into that, we'll update that. But if you are one of those that forgets to turn off your phone or to silence your phone, if you go to every Sunday at 12:30.
I love this.
All right, I can hit that little toggle right there. And 20 minutes before Mass, so at 12:10, the app will bring up a notification and say, don't forget to silence or turn off your phone. All right, so
I must say that my parishioners are very good at this. I rarely have heard a phone go off. Because people, you don't hear people's phone go off, but because we have the little switch on the side of the phone, but here we're good at that. Watch when we come back. You'll be 3 phones go off during my Christmas.
Well, now everyone's going to have their phone reading the readings of the day from the phone.
There you go.
We'll get to that button. The next button is my favorite. It's right smack in the middle, confession, and it's my favorite for a few different reasons. So the first one, right at the top, you can, how many times do we go to confession and then we go to confession again, going, oh, when was my last confession? I don't remember. So you can actually mark the last time you went to confession. So that when I go 2 weeks from now, I can say, oh, my last confession was 2 weeks ago, or 2 months ago or a year ago, whatever it may be. Confession times, once we're back to a regular schedule, those will be loaded up, and you can set reminders for yourself as well. But these last 3 items here is why I love this button so much. The first, and I know Father's really going to appreciate this, is our how-to guide.
Yeah.
All right. If we haven't been to confession in a while, we need a refresher on what we're supposed to say, what we're supposed to do. It spells it out for us right there in the how-to guide. Even more impressive for Father is going to be the examination of conscience. And I know, Father, we've had this conversation before. When someone goes to confession and they spend 15 minutes talking about why they didn't do something, instead of just saying, this is what I did, right? So we have an examination of conscience, and you can go commandment by commandment. Now, I am not doing an examination of conscience right now. This is just showing you how it works. So if let's see, number 3 here, number 2, if I receive communion in a state of mortal sin, I can hit this little check mark on the right. It turned yellow. And then if I lied during confession, I can hit that check mark. And I can go through all 10 commandments.
Well, people lie.
And when I do they?
I don't
that's brave. When I go to confession, I can tap or swipe right up here, this gray bar right under where it says confession. And it's going to show me everything that I checked off during my examination of conscience. So it's going to be weird for the priest, because the penitents are now looking at their phone. But the penitents, instead of beating around the bush, can say, Father, forgive me. I received communion in a state of mortal sin. I lied during confession. The Lord already knows what we examined in our hearts. We don't need to make excuses in confession. So it's going to make, hopefully, confessions a little bit faster for you as a priest, and a little bit more sincere for us as penitents. If we do an examination right, we should just go in, say what we need to say, and head out, absolved of all those sins. And then that last button, let me go back to confession. That last is the act of contrition. Again, many of us forget the act of contrition, or don't remember the exact words. There are 3 listed right here. So if you get nervous or you don't remember, it's been a while, you can pull up the act of contrition right there within the confession button. A really, really neat functionality within the confession button. And then our last button on row 2 is the groups. And this is again, targeted audiences. I'm an admin, so you're not gonna be able to see this many groups. I can see everything because I'm in charge here. But right now, publicly available, there's religious ed and all parishioners. So it's just a little discussion board. If you have, I'll open up all parishioners right here, so you can see that. If you have any feature requests, anything you'd like to see, anything you'd like us to tweak, anything you'd like us to change, you can go ahead and chat with us right within the discussion group, and you can type your message and send, and we will receive it. I will receive it and make sure that it gets addressed. So that's that group. And again, if you're a catechist, if you're a ministry leader, you'll be invited to targeted groups within the app for that as well. So that is the groups button in row 2. And we'll take a little break here. What do you think so far, Father? I know you got to play around with this a little bit.
I did, and some of my favorite features are still coming up. But the confession app is so good because it helps us, as George said, it helps us focus on what needs to be said. So many times I could be nervous because it happened. Listen, I'm also a penitent. I also go to confession, and sometimes I beat around the bush to get to what I need to say, and my confessor thankfully knows what I'm going to say. So, but that is excellent because number one, sometimes people say, Father, I don't remember the last time I went to confession, but there it is right there. Father, there's the examination of conscience. It is wonderful. It's a great tool to be able to have. And the only thing I would caution you is make sure you have a strong password to your phone. And
it does save your examinations, though.
So you could please clear it. I would clear it. Yeah. Just like your heart is clear of sin once you finish confession and receive absolution, clear your examination of conscience. Because the thing is that, but Father, but I say this all the time. Well, clear it, and maybe you won't say it the next time.
That's it.
There you go.
Yeah, and when you tap that, so where it says 5 days ago, when I tap to update that, it is going to clear. So it's gonna reset the date we went to confession. It's also going to reset your examination of conscience,
There you go.
so that you are literally clean slate and ready to go for the next time. All right, moving along, row 3. So we've got mass readings. This is going to be very, very helpful as we transition back to mass in the church.
Because there will be
we don't
no
know when yet.
misleads.
I know the question is coming. We don't know yet, so hang tight. Can you set the font bigger in the confession section? I don't believe so. Remember, you're looking at my screen right now, so it's going to look small on the actual phone. It's not too bad, but I will ask the developers. We'll take a look into that. You may be able to set the size of your phone font as well. I don't know if
keep reading. I'll check it out.
So the mass readings, again, as Father mentioned, there we are getting rid of the missalettes. We have
at least for now.
For now, yep. As we hopefully soon transition back. So if you want the readings of the day, you can open that up right within the app. It's going to give you first reading, responsorial psalm, second reading, if there is one, gospel, all right there within one place. So you don't need to go to another website. You don't need to open up a different app. You can access all of that right within our parish app. And for our Spanish masses, we also have our Spanish readers. This one is going to open up a web page. It's not set the same way as the English, but you have it right there as well from the USCCB. Our readings of the day in Spanish. And then our third button is prayers. This one is really, really cool as well. So a lot of the set prayers are already there available to us. So if I like to pray the Anima Christi, I can pull that up right there, and it's gonna give me the text of that prayer. If I want to learn a new prayer, if I want to discover a new prayer, we can explore that a little bit.
The memorare. We prayed it yesterday.
That is a beautiful one. It's right here. And then we can set reminders. So if I, for instance, want to be better at praying let's call it the morning offering. If I want to be better at praying in the morning, I can set myself a reminder every day at 9:30 a.m. And the app will notify me every single morning at 9:30 a.m. that it is time to pray. It is time to pray the morning offering or whatever prayer that you set within that reminder. So if you want to pray the 3 o'clock Divine Mercy Chaplet, if you want to pray a 6 o'clock Rosary, if you want to pray, a 9 o'clock prayer before you go to bed, whatever it is that you want to do, or whatever it is that the Holy Spirit is inspiring you to do, or whatever Father tells you, do this as penance. We can set reminders for ourselves and use technology to our benefit, right? Who would have thunk that technology could help us, become better disciples, deepen our faith? We have it right there. We can set, and there's no limit to the number of reminders that we can set. So if you want to go all out and set a few, one every few hours, go for it. Whatever you're moved to. No one needs to see what's in there. That is you and your app and your parish and your faith. So the more we pray, the better. And then the other button at the bottom, requests. This is really cool. Because we had to cut down on the bulletin lately, because we're not printing it, we did remove our prayer list. That is going to be coming back shortly. We're going to be adding that back into our bulletin as that transitions back to some sense of normalcy, and we hopefully start printing that again soon. If you want to add a name to the prayer list, you can call as we always do, you can email us as you always do, or right from this request, you can add the name of the person that you want to pray for. So if I want to pray for my good friend Alvaro, I can type in Alvaro Carreras, and I can send that, submit, and I will now receive a message from myself because I sent it, asking that this name be added to our prayer list. So you can do that right from within the app. That comes directly to me. We'll share that in the bulletin if you ask us to, or just place it in the Blessed Sacrament Chapel if you do ask that to be kept quiet or not public. But you can do that right within that prayer section of the app. And lots of beautiful prayers.
St. Michael, the Archangel, very important.
Yeah, it's just, so I'm not going to go through all of it. You guys explore it, have fun with it. There's a lot in there. Fatima prayer, very appropriate for this week. All right. So check it out. If there's a prayer you like that you don't see in there, let us know. We might be able to get the developers to add that in there as well. All right. And then the last button of row 3 is today's saint. And the beauty of this is it updates automatically. I thankfully don't have to go in there and do anything, or we would constantly be behind. Every single day this updates with the saint of the day. You can tap it, it'll open it up. You can listen to the text, or you can actually read it yourself. It's going to give you a history of the saint, and then it will invite you into reflection. Okay, so it's not just reading about the saint, but allowing that saint to encounter us in our everyday life and lead us into reflection, into deeper reflection, into greater faith, into deeper faith. So wonderful little tool there for the saint of the day. You know, sometimes all we see is, oh, it's the feast of Saint Matthias, and I have no idea who Saint Matthias is or why he's important. Well, now we can find out. Yeah, and they're all short. You saw it's a couple, not even a full paragraph. So nice way to engage and encounter the saints as we journey together in faith. And I hear a baby.
Not mine.
There's Matthias.
There you go. Making his presence felt.
There you go. All right, moving along. And again, if you have any questions, comments, feel free to pop those in the chat as we go along. Fourth row, Formed. If you haven't heard, we have a subscription to Formed. So this button is going to pull up the pick of the week. This will update also automatically. So this week being Our Lady of Fatima, there's a special on Fatima. As soon as you click that watch button, it's going to take you to that particular pick, but you do have access to the entire library of Formed. So if you haven't signed up for that yet, let us know, or just go ahead and register. Look for Church of Little Flower, and you can pull that up entirely free to you. A wonderful, wonderful library of resources. Divine Office. Now, I'm going to let you take over for Divine Office to give my voice a break, and because I know you kind of gave this a spin the other day, so you can tell us a little bit about that.
Well, obviously, the priests pray the Divine Office, and the sisters pray the Divine Office every day. So, George, scroll down to where it says May 14th. I have not done night prayer yet because it is not time to retire. But, like, for example, you go to night prayer, you click it on night prayer and then all this, you have the option of pressing play, and they will pray it for you. You will hear a recording of a hymn. It's a little longer. I clicked it the other day and go, you know what? It's a little longer than what I usually spend. But, sometimes it's good. It centers me, and then you just scroll down. I mean, I have an app that for iBreviary that I use, which is excellent from the Holy Land, and then you see the hymn, the examination of conscience that we do for night prayer for Compline, and just go down. And tonight's psalm is so beautiful. And yeah, so all that goes through night prayer, and this is something wonderful, and I highly recommend for my parishioners. Learn how to pray the Divine Office. I see what it is your favorites are getting through. That's what it is. So it's good to know that your mother-in-law is on your favorites list. Anyways, so
and she's watching, so now she knows that.
And she's watching. So anyway, so you get to the concluding prayer, and then obviously in my app, it has when you get to the end, all the different prayers to the Blessed Mother that we finish the day with. But you can go back and pray that in the prayers that you could do the Regina Caeli now during Easter. You could do a simple Hail Mary or the Hail Holy Queen. But all of those are very, very easy. And but I encourage everyone through that you can start praying the Divine Office. The main ones are obviously morning prayer and evening prayer. Just go if you can go back, George.
Yeah.
You always to go back, always press the 4 buttons on the top right, and then you see morning prayer, and you see evening prayer are the 2 main hours of the day. If you want to start off, I always recommend start off with 1, 2.
So we have a question here. Sophie said, to log in, I know you mentioned before to log in with the same password as Evangelist, but it's not working. Do I create an account? No. So this is a known bug. It's affecting a small number of users. So I don't know. The developers are trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure it out. Something is causing some accounts to get locked out. They will hopefully, fingers crossed, have that resolved soon. So you don't have to do anything right now. If they send me a message, we'll blast it out so that you know it's good to go. If not, you can just keep trying every couple of days. It will be the same username and same password that you have for Evangelist. So you don't have to do anything right now. It will not keep you. It will not keep you from accessing all these resources within the app. The only thing you won't be able to do is comment in the group section. So just keep trying, or let me know, and I'll, again, hopefully the developers have that resolved very soon. All right. So that's Divine Office, and we hope to share a little bit more about what exactly the Divine Office is. It's kind of a hidden gem. So if you want to go explore, fantastic. If you already know about it, even better. And if it's brand new to you, hey, there we go. That's why we do this. That's why we have this. Next button is the Rosary. So this one is not dynamic. It's going to be the same recordings every time, but each day of the week will have an overview of the mysteries. And again, that's just an audio recording. And then we'll actually have the prayer of the Rosary. Okay, so you can do an overview of the mysteries and then actually pray the Rosary, or if you just want to go straight into the prayer. So I know we're not commuting to work right now, but when that does start happening again, if you have a long commute to wherever you're,
walk,
or for go, that's it. You can pull that up, pop in your headphones, and listen to a Rosary. Alicia, same issue. So if you're getting locked out, it's that same bug that's keeping you from logging in. Just a little bit of patience, please. We are working on that. We hope to have that resolved very soon. There's really not much else I can say about that, but it will be back to work very, very soon, we hope. Okay. So that was the Rosary button, and then news. So this is again, automatically updates from Catholic News Agency, CNA. So it's important that we understand and that we know and that we're aware of what's going on within the church at large. Right? Obviously, we want you connected to Church of Little Flower. Obviously, we're aware of what's happening especially now within our archdiocese, with what our Archbishop is sharing with us. But it's important to be connected with the greater church. So that's what this little button helps us to do. It gives us a little bit of worldwide Catholic news. You turn on our regular evening news and it's just depressing. So this is a little uplifting, a different take on news, so we can stay connected and stay aware of what's going on worldwide. And then on that same note, do we need to have the Evangelist too? No, you don't need to. If you want to receive text messages, yes, go ahead and sign up for Evangelist and set your profile to receive text messages. If you just want to rely on the messages notifications within the app, that's perfectly fine. It's the same exact message that we send out. We do have the flexibility to send some things by text, or some things by email, or some things to the app only. So I don't want to spam everyone on all platforms all the time. I'm sorry for all these notifications. But yes, if you want to receive those text messages, go ahead and sign up for Evangelist. And then this last bottom row here, Inspire Daily. Every single day. Again, this is like just a little uplifting something every single day. I think it's just readings. Yeah, it's not an audio version. So it's just a nice inspirational to read every single day. So if you want to, again, set that as part of your routine. They pull from all different authors and scholars and catechists from around the country and around the world. So again, part of connecting us to the church at large is listening to new voices, discovering new things. So that's what that Inspire Daily is going to do. And Father, I know you love this button too. not because it's your homilies, but because it is the one and only Bishop Barron. So every Sunday, Bishop Barron's homilies are going to be uploaded here. We do, and I don't know if I should share this, Father. We do have.
Go ahead.
We do have the capability of uploading homilies. So if we ever get to the point where we're recording our own homilies, we can share those as well. But for the time being, it'll just keep. We can keep relying on Bishop Barron.
Right, and he usually posts them. Like, for example, usually posts them a little bit in advance. Like he posted this Sunday's homily, I believe on May 12th. That was Tuesday. I just want to make sure that that's yeah, it is. That's this Sunday, 6th Sunday of Easter. So usually post them early. Sometimes I'll listen to them. Sometimes I try not to listen because I know you hear them also, and I don't want it seeping into my brain. But sometimes some of the things he says are so brilliant that you just have to share. And like I always say, the patron saint of homilists is Saint Dismas, who was a good thief. So we're always stealing from each other. But no, that's where we put Bishop Barron there, and we are happy to promote his homilies on our platform.
All right. And then last but not least, our Discover Mass. So this is going to open up Discover Mass website. And now I'm going to just ruin travel plans for everybody.
Yeah.
Because everyone relies on travel dispensation, and I wasn't aware and I didn't know there was a church or what time Mass was. You open up Discover Mass, you hit this button right in the middle, churches near you, and it will find your location, and it will narrow it down, and it will give you a list of all the churches and how far away they are from you. So if I'm visiting in the area and I'm not sure where I want to go, I can click through these, and it's going to give me Mass schedules, contact information, websites, all that fun information right in the palm of my hand without ever having to leave the app. Do it all in one. Sorry for all the notifications again. Okay. So again, if we're traveling, if we're in Orlando, if we're in wherever, Timbuktu, we can pull that up and check what's around us. And actually, if you don't recognize one, if you scroll down, it'll tell you the rite. So I didn't even know this existed. Didn't know that we had a Ukrainian rite, literally right down the street from me. 39 North.
That's the one. That's the one just north of Flagler. It's if you're coming in from the expressway, right before you get to Flagler, right next to Palacio de los Jugos, it's right there. It's really cute. It's Ukrainian rite. I knew it existed.
So that's all on there. Very neat little tool to help us stay connected to our faith, right? Even when we're on the road, or if we need a contact information, find out the number to St. Augustine or whatever it may be. We have that right in there. So let me go back to the app, and I think that's it as far as our buttons. Again, this the three lines on the left is going to pull up the main menu right there. You can sign in. If you really like the app, go ahead and share it. The more people on here, the better. And all you have to do is hit that button, and it'll give you options for how you want to share it. So you can text it, you can email it, you can post it to social media. We have blasted it everywhere on our parish social media, so you can share that as well. Lots and lots and lots of functionality. And folks, we're just getting started. There is no limit to the number of buttons we can put on here. Obviously, we want to keep it simple. We don't want to overwhelm you. But I saw a parish the other day that had 3 screens full of buttons. So if there's anything you really, really like, anything that you think we should have on there, let me know. If you go to groups, all parishioner. Oh, look, we have new content. Someone commented.
There you go.
All right. And you can let me know. You can let me know what you'd like to see. If we can make it happen, we most definitely will. If we can't, I'll let you know. I'm just giving myself a lot of work.
Yes, you are.
This shutdown has been really bad for me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. That's our wonderful, brand new, shiny parish app. And that is this year's Easter photo in the background there. They blur it out, but it is current. So thought that was pretty neat. Mm-hmm. And that's it. That's all I got for you today.
Any questions about our app for our illustrious app designer? We want to thank George and all the work that we've been planning this since January, and they've been hard at work on the app and developing it and trying to get it up and running. And we still have one more project that they're working on, and I'm not quite ready to share just yet, but it's a big project that's
coming
taking
soon.
some time.
Coming soon. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Next month, I think, George, we may be able to.
We're getting close. We're getting close.
Hopefully next month. The lockdown didn't affect what we're working on, but we're really excited to announce it, but it's bigger than all these things, and that's why it's taking so long. But yeah, that's what we've been doing, and I want to thank Jorge and all the wonderful developers at Diocesan who have helped out and have been so wonderful. And we've chatted with them. Most of them live in Michigan, and so they're very jealous of our weather. They got snow the other day. I don't know if they'd be jealous of our weather right now, but I just looked out the window. But yeah, no, we're working on a lot of things. So that's the app, and I'm sure many of you know what's the big question that everybody keeps asking me, George. Let's see. It's not
which one. There's a couple of them.
Score, but there's no scores going on. But no,
Father,
the big question.
When are we opening up again?
Yeah, when are we opening up again? Well, there's different phases of that question. When are we opening up? First of all, the parish has never closed. We've always been answering the phones. We've been answering sick calls, not to our hospital, but to our homes of our parishioners. So the parish has never closed. Brides have been coming in to reschedule weddings, to plan weddings. We had 18 weddings rescheduled, and Mari, correct me if I'm wrong, you told me today 18 weddings rescheduled and 9 new weddings come in since the lockdown came in. So that, people are still getting engaged, thanks be to God. Rescheduling back, all these things. So the parish has never closed. Our staff is still working. As you see, George has been working a lot, and trust me, the priests have as well. So that has not been closed. But the question that you're asking is, when is the church going to be open, the physical church, so we can celebrate Mass? And my answer to you is very, very soon. We are not ready to announce that yet because we don't have a date yet. We're waiting for the Archbishop and the civil authorities to tell us. Obviously, you heard today. We heard today the mayor of Miami and the governor have a press conference in Doral. And they're planning to reopen the county on the 18th, and a lot of non-essential businesses are reopening on Monday. Now, remember, we are not a business. We were technically never closed down by the government. We were never closed down by the county. We were never closed down by the state. We were never closed down by the federal authorities because we were a house of worship. We were closed down because of safety concerns, because of the safety concerns that we have for you, because of health concerns. And it was a directive from our bishops to be able to keep us all safe. So we're still talking with them in terms of how many people can, what percentage. We thought it was going to be 25%, but today we found out restaurants can hold 50%. We don't know if it's 50% or if it's 10 people, if it's 20 people, or if it's 100 people. Like, for example, today in Italy, they clarified that they don't want more than 200 people. Remember, the churches in Italy are pretty big, that they don't want churches in Italy to exceed 200 people. And I love this little caveat that they added, and no more than 1,000 outdoors. So if they do outdoor masses. So anyway, so we're still waiting for word on that. And also, there is so much, like, it was very quick and very sudden when we closed on the 18th of March. And I don't want to use the word easy, but we were able to shut down very quickly. That's not going to happen for opening up. It'll be very gradual, and it'll be very tedious. It's not going to be we'll flip the switch, open the doors of the church, and let's all rush back to Mass. I wish it was that easy, but that's only going to happen when we have a vaccine and we have viable treatments that we could treat this like we could treat the common cold or a common flu, which we're not there yet. So it's going to be gradual, and that was the topic of my bulletin article that you could go on the app and read my bullet and download the bulletin.
I see what you did there.
So it's called marketing. Anyway, so it'll be very gradual, and the word that I use in the bulletin article, and it will be difficult. We still have a lot of questions that are unanswered. We still have a lot of questions that we have in terms of how we're going to do that. We're still waiting for shipments of antibacterial and hand sanitizer to have at every single door so that everyone can be ready. We're going to have to be wearing face masks when we come into church, just like we're doing now for confessions. We've opened up confessions, and thankfully everybody's taken advantage of that. We're having confessions this Saturday from 8:30 to 10. Call if you want an appointment. I don't know if they are. I don't think they are full. I think I still have
No.
slots. But
Yeah. Since you mentioned there are several slots left.
yeah. So please call.
So please do go ahead and call.
So all of these things, there's so many questions. Our parish council is meeting on Saturday morning via Zoom to talk about all these questions. I am currently forming a little task force to help us to navigate all these questions and also get the opinions of doctors. But obviously, all of this is being done at the archdiocesan level with the CDC and the bishops of Florida. Are every Monday they speak. They have a Zoom meeting, and they want the entire state of Florida to be on the same page. Now, obviously, southeastern Florida, Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach County, because we're the epicenter, we didn't open up as fast. So, for example, this past Monday, the rest of the state opened for Mass except for us. Palm Beach, I believe, is opening on Monday. The Archbishop has not announced when Miami. We're praying. It's soon, and maybe by the end of the month. We want to do it by Pentecost, but we're not sure. I cannot tell you definitively if that's going to be the date, but I know it will be soon. It'll be sooner rather than later, so we can give you the Eucharist in a safe way, that we can give you Holy Communion. So that is coming, and it is coming very soon. As soon as I know, you will know. As soon as I hear from the Archbishop, who I had a meeting with yesterday with the Presbyteral Council, we discussed all of these issues, and every single priest has questions, every single priest has concerns. Different parishes have different needs. Some parishes are smaller. Thankfully, we're in a very big church, so we may be able to accommodate more people. But again, we're still waiting for word from the civil authorities of what they are comfortable with to be able to maintain. Obviously, we're here to save souls, but we're also here to make sure that we're not endangering anyone. But there will be things that we will discuss, and we will dedicate an entire chat to that probably sometime next week, because I anticipate an announcement from the Archbishop coming soon. So hopefully,
he's got a live chat tomorrow. So I don't know how detailed he'll get. I think it's 10 or 10:30 in the morning on the Archdiocesan Facebook page. So he's going to be doing a question and answer. We'll be glued to that, seeing if he tips his hand on anything.
I don't think
coming soon. But
he is the Archbishop of Miami. I don't think he will make a definitive announcement, but maybe he will. And if he does, I will find out with all of you. He does email he has been emailing his priests quite frequently. We usually get either a Monday email and a Friday email. Sometimes both. Sometimes we get one on Monday morning, and sometimes we get one on Friday evening, just to keep us abreast of what he is planning, what he is thinking, what he has been what his conversation with local authorities has been. We are lucky, and I've said this before, that both the big mayors of Miami, city of Miami-Dade and Miami-Dade County are both parishioners of ours. And even though I haven't spoken to them, because these decisions need to be made at an archdiocesan level. Remember that all of this is us being obedient to our bishops, obedient to our hierarchy, because they are looking out for us. So in the meantime, we will continue doing confessions. Somebody asked earlier about adoration. Like I said, I want to do one tonight. I want to do one by the end of this week, but that little nasty little pesky, whatever it is, wave or whatever it is, it's over the Bahamas, is kind of filtering back over South Florida, and tomorrow will be raining all day. But trust me, you will have several hours notice that maybe, it won't be the day before, because remember, we're now entering the rainy season, and weather
changes.
Everything changes. When I see perfect blue skies, I say, okay, that's because we don't want to put the Blessed Sacrament outside if it is raining. I know we could put Paul's out there and all that stuff, but it's not appropriate to put it out there when it's put the Lord out there when it's raining. So that's the news that we have. I wish I had more news to share with you in terms of the reopening. What we are focusing, this I do want to clarify, what we're focusing on right now is primarily the opening up of the church for the celebration of Mass. Ministries, meetings, adoration of the Blessed Sacrament in our Adoration Chapel, all of that will continue to be suspended until further notice, because what we're trying to prevent is small gatherings. So when we come to church, there will be social distancing. We will be wearing masks. It'll be very different from what we were used to before, and we will not have the same access to like, for example, the church is always open at 6 o'clock in the morning for the 6:15 Mass and closed right after the 5:30 Mass. That will not happen. The church will be open right before Mass starts. People will come in, celebrate Mass, then it will be closed again, so we could clean the church, for the following Mass, and then it will remain closed until the next Mass is about to start. So it's going to be different. So we're working on ways around that to be able to make prayer more accessible to you. But I use the word, I think I used this word in the bulletin column, the on-demand visit to the church that we had, which is one of the things that I loved about our parish and about our church. That unfortunately will not be happening. But the most important thing that we want to be able to give to you is the public celebration of the Mass. We will be continuing doing the live streaming of the Masses, even when we do that, because we know that there are people that cannot come because they are elderly or have underlying conditions, and their doctors have told them that they must stay home. So there's a lot of little details that I'm not getting into right now, because that is going to be subject for another chat when we are ready to reopen. And I'm sure that when that chat has happened, we will be inundated day. My parishioners that will be watching us to hear about what we're going to do and how we're going to go about reopening the church. So there's a lot of questions you may have. Feel free to put them on the comment section. We may not answer today, but we will answer them in the future, because our parish council may want to see that when we meet on Saturday morning. So that's all the news that we have. I know George and I want to go watch the replay of the 2002 Florida State Miami game that is currently playing on ESPN. I was a good boy. I was a good boy. I did not have my TV is right on the other side of this computer, and
that's why you keep glancing over there, right?
No, it's not on. It's not. What I'm saying, it's not on. I keep glancing outside because it's raining, not raining, and the windows. It's absolutely beautiful outside. The rain coming down, and it's very tranquil. It's very peaceful. So, anyways, thank you everyone for visiting us with us tonight. Please go to the share button on our parish app. Share it with your friends. It is such a labor of love. We've been working on it since January. Actually, what's this weird stuff? This guy. I keep pointing the wrong way. This guy right here.
It's a team member, Father.
He's been working on it with the diocesan people since January, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful tool to help all of us. Stay connected to the parish, to help all of us deepen our faith, and we will. Like I said, we're not going to be using missalettes when we come back, because we're not going to have hymnals. Those things will be in the bulletin, and the songs will be in the bulletin as well. But you'll be able to do it. You'll be able to call up the readings. And some of you do that already. Used to know me when it first started happening. I see people with the reflection coming up on the phone. But now I'm kind of used to it, and I know that it's something that we'll need, because the reason we're not having hymnals is because we don't want common objects that people touch, and other people will touch after that, because we're not wiping down every hymnal after each and every Mass. What we'll do is we have the next missalettes start on June the 6th, I believe. So what we'll do, we have those boxes. What we'll do is we'll give you, when you come to church, we will give you a copy of that, and you can just keep it.
Yours to keep.
Remember, in Protestant churches, everybody brings their Bible.
That's it.
Bring your Bible. Bring your Bible to church. There's nothing wrong with that. Protestants do it. And the Bible came from the Catholic Church, St. Jerome.
That's it.
There you go.
That's it.
And the Holy Office. So that's all we have for tonight, folks. We have no more. Thank you for joining us. George, anything else?
And Father, before we close again, we want to wish you a happy anniversary week. It's worthy of a week-long celebration. We won't do another caravan. That was pretty fun to put together.
We have way too much wine here. We have way too much wine here in the rectory. It will last us. I know that we finished the bottles we had from Christmas. We don't drink wine every day. We don't drink wine that much to begin with. We are very, very dry rectory for that matter. Every now and then we'll open up a bottle and have a glass with dinner. But
it's because the staff isn't there.
Yeah, the staff isn't there. But the wines that we received for Christmas, I believe Father Davis did leave a wine rack that's a single one, and there's only one bottle left of that one of the 4 that I brought up here, and I don't drink those by myself. Well, sometimes I do, I guess. But
depends.
The ones downstairs, again, was only a couple left that were from Christmas. Others that we bought or other stuff. So yeah, no.
I tried to get it, but no, not even. They want us to relax at the end of the day. So, but anyways, thank you all for your comments and for your well wishes and for everything you've done this week.
and all the people that brought dinner for us and sweets. We are. I had lost weight before the pandemic started, and somebody pointed out the massive gut that I had. A friend of mine, the massive gut that I had yesterday when they saw the pictures. But there you go. But
La
anyways,
cuarentena.
exactly. But no, I have not gained 40 pounds. Thanks. But that's it, folks. There is no more. Thank you for joining
That's
us.
all. God bless. We will be back next week. Hope some news. Be on the lookout. Download your app and get those notifications. And until next time, take care.
Good night.